I'm Dr. Kenny. This is Amy. We're going to talk about. We got a Kids Wellness Fest going next month on October 10th and October 28th. On the 10th, it's going to be from 4 to 7 p.m. It's just a drop in. Just bring your kids in. The same thing on the 28th. It's going to be from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So Tuesday the 10th and then Saturday the 28th. And we're just going to tell you a little bit about what we're doing and why we're doing it. So the Kids Wellness Fest, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to do a few things actually. We're going to do a scan of their feet, okay, to see if your kids' arches are falling. We're going to weigh their backpacks and weigh them with their backpacks on, so they can see how much their backpack weighs in percentage to their body weight. We're going to do a posture analysis, and then the big key, and this is why Amy's here, is we're going to talk and show about scoliosis. So that's really the big one here, because scoliosis affects a lot of people, and it affects a lot of people in different ways. So Amy's been gracious enough, because she actually has scoliosis, and she's been gracious enough to kind of talk to us about how scoliosis has affected her. So first of all, Amy, thank you very much for sharing this with us. How old were you when they discovered you had scoliosis?
12,
12.
grade.
Okay, so 6th grade. All right. Do you remember when they found it? When they found out you had this, or you potentially had it? Do you remember how bad your curve was when they figured it out?
Approximately 32 degrees.
Okay, so 32 degrees. So you were actually, you had fair amount of scoliosis when they found it. What was the approach when they said, okay, you got a 32-degree curve? What was the approach then? How was your treatment? What did they do for you after that?
We watched and waited.
Okay.
Until it got to about 38 degrees.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then they did a back brace.
Put you in a back brace. So at 12 years old, 12, 13 years old, you got a nice stylish back brace to wear? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Did you wear that to prom?
Yeah,
or not
right.
prom, that would be homecoming or something?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, probably not, right?
No.
Okay, so exactly. And that's pretty common for the medical field. That's their approach, is to watch and wait. And we see that quite a bit. That's pretty common. That doesn't set well with me. I just don't like that approach. I would rather do a much more active approach, and that's what chiropractic really does. So, so you diagnosed at 33, you got a brace at 38, and
Now like 50 something.
so now you're over 50 degrees.
Yeah.
And she's been kind enough to let us. So we took these X-rays last year. She's been kind enough to let us look at these. So we have these up in the clinic right now. You can see. They're opposite sides, but you can see the curve here. If you look right here, you can see the curve going this way. It actually should be, I don't know if you can see it on the camera very well, but it should be straight up and down, okay? And the big key for what I see as a chiropractor when I look at things like this is I see this vertebrae. We can go back to this vertebrae right here, if you can see that on the camera. And it's tipped, it might even be this one, but it's tipped just like this, okay? Well, the brain really doesn't want your body to walk around like this, so it's going to try to make changes, and it's going to try to make your head be directly above your pelvis. So there's messages going to and from the brain to this point, back and forth all the time, constantly, and the brain tries to figure out how to make that spine maneuver so that it can be directly above your pelvis. And so early detection is the key here, and that's why we're doing this event. And I know that, I hear you talk to people all the time, and I see your Facebook posts and things like that, and you're a real big advocate, because tell us kind of what some of the things are that the scoliosis has affected you in your daily living.
Less flexibility. I cannot bend down some days that I can't even get out of bed. Lifting my legs sometimes is a challenge to put socks on.
Okay.
With low back issues or pain, and yeah.
Okay. So, again, if you were 95 years old, this might be some normal activity, but at your age, which we're not going to disclose, pretty young, right, 25 years old, this is affecting your life. I mean, you shouldn't be not able to bend down and put your socks on, or whatever. So really, we really want to make sure we get kids checked early, because there's something we can do, and it's not a watch and wait approach. It is an active approach where we can get some vertebrae moving. And Amy knows this. We've got a child that came in she was first seen at I think 8 or 9 years old, and she's 12 now. But when she first came in, she had been diagnosed with scoliosis, and she had a 12-degree curve when she came to us. And the approach, she had been to the medical field, and they said, hey, we're going to watch and wait. And it started at 9 degree, went to a 12, and then she came into the clinic. And the parents were the same way as I am. They had the mentality of, we don't want to watch and wait. We want to see if there's something else that we can do so it doesn't progressively get worse. Because as we can see, Amy wore a back brace for quite a while. It didn't really, now we can't say exactly how much it slowed it down, but it certainly didn't stop it, right? It got worse after the back brace. So The parents brought this child in, and at 12 years old now, I must have started treating her before she was 12, but dates I'm not exactly sure on, but she was 8 to 12 years old, and she now has a 0 degree curve front to back. So we're not going to say that chiropractic cured her scoliosis, but what happened was we got her vertebrae on alignment, we got that message wave from the brain to the body, and her curve is now restored to normal. And that's huge because in her life, she was going to have to quit gymnastics because she couldn't do certain things on the balance beam or, different things, and she was losing strength. So it really did affect her, and now we look at, okay, so what has been brought back to her life because she doesn't have this curve.
Awesome.
And that's kind of where you come from, is like, what would happen if you would have known something different as a child, So we really do appreciate you helping us bring this awareness. So let's get back to the Wellness Fest here. October 10th, 4 to 7. It's just a drop in. Just bring your kids in, bring their backpacks. We're gonna have some fun prizes. We're gonna have a lot of kids rolling through here. So we're not gonna make, you won't be here very long. We're gonna get the information out to you. You're gonna be able to take information home with you. So you'll have a scan to take home. You'll have a scan of the feet, a scan of their spine. We'll tell you what's going on with it as far as scoliosis goes. We'll send you home with pictures of their posture. So you're going to leave here with a lot of information that is a starting point for your child, no matter how old they are, and be able to look and see, how they transpire in the future. We're going to talk about the text neck, because this actually is becoming an epidemic where we're all looking at our phones and things like that. It straightens out the spine and the neck. It's really detrimental to the spine, the cervical spine, which is where the first life force of your body goes through in the spinal cord. What else? We got some. It's free. We're not charging anything to do this. We just want to bring awareness to it. We want early detection. That's the huge key. One of the quotes I've been hanging on to the last week is too late is often too soon. So we want to make sure we get early detection right away. Again, free. Pathways Chiropractic in Savage. Son of a gun. 14247 O'Connell Court in Savage. 952-226-5502 is our phone number. And drop your kids in, bring their backpacks, let's check them out, see what's going on with them, and let's start some early prevention.
And an awesome prize will be handed out too, don't
That's
forget.
right, awesome prize. It might be an iPad. So thank you very much for sharing with us, and let's see everyone Tuesday or Saturday, 28th or the 10th. Thanks.
Awesome, thank you.